Hey, it's Jabbo. Welcome to BrickTsar, your home for vintage Lego. In this video, we're going to be doing BrickTsar Answer Thingy. That's where I answer questions over the last couple of weeks from viewers. Ideally, I would like to do this every week, but I'm a person of very little planning and very little time. So I do try to do a video every single day, and every video that's for a different day, I wear a different shirt. So today we are wearing the Yo See My T-shirt because I do a different T-shirt every day. So don't laugh at your own jokes. All right, so oh man, I got 15 questions that we're going to be looking at, and let's get to it. Oh, my iPad decided to play a video of Milo doing Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. First question is from Gordon, uh, who actually I did a transaction with. That'll be coming up very soon. He says, when people use the bookmark the store function and set it to dislike, do you, as a store owner, see that user X has disliked your store, or the number of people have chosen to like versus dislike, or do you not see anything at all? So I actually did go and try to see if I could even see who likes the store. I think you get the total like there when you go to visit my store. And I think it's the same thing that anybody can see. It's like how many people are following the store or like the store. But I don't know how to see those that dislike it. Not sure that I care. Um, but yeah, it's. I don't think I don't think it's something that Bricklink should let people know. I guess it's like I can see that being private, kind of like the way dislikes are private on. They've always been private on YouTube, even though YouTube hides the number, people can still in the it's in there, the dislikes on a video, but you don't ever know who left the dislike because it can cause retaliatory things, I think. But I don't care. I guess is the thing, because I don't think there's really anybody that dislikes my store. I think it's for invalid reasons. I try to do everything right. I do make mistakes. I do try to fix my mistakes. And if that's not good enough, then they don't need to buy from me. So the next question is from Roadster, which is spelled. These ads on YouTube, it's very hard. He says, the early Peter Gabriel and Fabuland in one vid. This can't get any better. So when I did that video, I knew Peter Gabriel. I knew the name Peter Gabriel. And when I was editing, I was like, oh, Shot the Monkey. That is a Peter Gabriel song. I was thinking it. I thought it. But with Genesis, Peter Gabriel, and what's the other guy? Phil Collins. It's like I wasn't sure. All right. The question is, why not sell all the surplus part sets, keep track of those earnings, and buy something original with that? That can make you enthusiastic to sell more surplus stuff. You might even take the missus on her dream vacation. So that definitely would the vacation thing is something I do need to do, and my wife does regularly encourage me to sell the excess. I do have a Bricklink store. That's where some of the excess parts are sold. The other things, it's just this is the issue of time. It's like the more things I sell, the more time it takes to list them. And then we had a stack of stuff up in the bedroom that I already packed up, ready to go on eBay, and it never sells. And I talked to my father-in-law, who's been selling his entire train collection on eBay. Um, every now and then I ask him first if I can get stuff, but um, he he says he sells about 30% of what he lists each week. And so that's the frustration of eBay. It used to be when I'd list stuff on eBay, it'd be like 95 to 100% of the things would sell every week. But now it's harder because eBay. There's so many people on eBay. And eBay, unless you pay to promote your listing, they just kind of bury your listing. So you can even have the lower price sometimes, and people don't see your listing. So I do want to sell more stuff, and it is a good suggestion to sell the surplus sets and things. But the time it's time, and yeah, I got so many things I could sell. And when I retire, I'll definitely have more time to list things and then take my wife on a Hawaiian vacation. All right, here's one from Buggles Kelly, 37. It says, "Hey Jabbo, fun shirt today. Fast and quick order." Oh, that's where I did the really fast Pablo. Let me get to the question. It says, "Update us on the tipper truck army. How many have you got now? What are you doing with it? You must part them all out. Have you thought of yellow buckets versus blue? That would be great." So the tipper truck army was up to about 1,812. Actually, there's I always got the random one. This is the official Tipper Truck TV Tipper Truck. I just filmed a video with it, and so that would make more if I counted that one. Then there's always the ones on the shelf. So it's 1,812. Hey, I could do the 1812 Overture with that. But uh, the the goal is 2,048. What are you doing with it? I will make videos eventually with them. And am I going to part them out? No, they will never, ever, ever be parted out. And you think about that, how many parts that is. When you get up to 2,000, that'd be 34,000 parts. The Tipper Truck Army is worth about probably almost, if it $10 a set, it'd be $18,000. It's really probably worth more than that. So, oh my goodness, I don't know. I don't have an end game to this, and I buy yellow buckets. I've thought about making mosaics. So I have a very small number of yellow buckets in proportion to the blue buckets I have. I I mentioned it in a recent video. I got these yellow buckets, but I have a huge bag of them somewhere, and I think I put them in a box, and I can't find them right now. I probably got about 200 yellow buckets. So I thought about like making a mosaic with them. So you'd have all the, I'm not sure how that would look, but if I had all the tippers set up next to each other and then put the yellow ones mixed in with it, make some kind of mosaic, small mosaic, relatively speaking. Although it'd be big in size, the yeah, the pixels are quite large if you do that. But that's thoughts I've had. I get a lot of ideas. I just don't execute on all the ideas that I have. All right, the next question is from Rocky 1790. I should know this the thing. Anyway, it says, "Do you realize that you have more tipper trucks built in your collection than there are tipper trucks built in the whole world?" I don't know how many people actually own the tipper truck. I'm going to go to BrickTsar right now. I didn't plan this. Let's go to BrickTsar. We're going to go. Well, and the thing is, there's two different tipper truck listings because there's the 435 and there's the 612. BrickTsar is completely useless if you don't sign in. It's disgusting how many ads there are. How many people own the tipper truck? Yeah, the ads are killing me. It doesn't say. Hold on a minute. Oh yeah. All right. So the own BrickTsar, 839 people own the the 435. Now I'm gonna go. I had to log in because this website. And I have noticed that a lot of obviously YouTube has ads, and a lot of people most people when they watch my videos, they get ads. You can do something about that, but BrickTsar, the site is horrible if you don't create an account and log in. So I can see where somebody, if they've never used BrickTsar or they're going to try to use it for the first time, they'd be like, I don't want to deal with this. But if you sign in, you don't get the stupid ads anymore. So I've also found that some like blog sites are like that. It's awful. It's like I follow a couple of the blog sites on Twitter, and they'll tweet something, and when they do, they just tease it. They don't actually tell you what they're doing, and when I click on them, like ads, they're annoying. So how many people own the 612? The 612, 1,216. So I don't quite. If you add those two together, it is more than what I have, and it's actually more than my goal. But it's very close, actually. Theoretically, I could have more tipper trucks than people that own them or that are on BrickTsar to say they own them. I mean, obviously there could be more, and I wish I knew the numbers, like how many Lego actually made. And because I'm using parts that could come from 3 different sets, it's possible for me to make more than there were ever actually made. But that's theory. We're getting into tipper truck theory. We don't want to do that, do we? Let's go back to the questions. A Brick in Time says, "What do you think?" Excuse me. A Brick in Time says, "What do you do with your instructions that are too big for the page protectors and stick out of the end and are longer than the binder?" They stick out of the end and they are longer than the binder. That's what I do with them. And sadly, yeah, that's not the best way to do it because you crinkle up the ends, which I've done. And the same thing with the comic book boxes. There's some that are a little bit too tall for some of the magazine. They're definitely too tall for the regular comic book size boxes. The magazine boxes hold a little more, but some of them still touch the top of the box. So yeah, I've let some of them stick out. So I've not done anything with that, but I don't recommend it because yeah, you can damage your instructions. And there's some that are way too big, the oversized ones, and those I have that laid flat in big containers. Some of the really big ones, like for the Death Star, things like that. So Johnny G 2501 says, "Did the seller send you the instructions? Why did they not send you the instructions? I must know. Please respond. Thank you." Well, thank you, Johnny G. So I did do a follow-up video from the Macari video. There's about 5 videos after the Macari video where I got the vintage lot and it was missing the one thing that I bought. And it's funny how many times that has actually happened to me where I buy something for one thing and somehow that thing gets left out. But they did, I mentioned in the video, they responded while I was filming and they did mail them, and they were like messaging me like, "Hey, did you get it yet?" They wanted to make sure that I got it, so they messaged me a couple of times wanting to see if I got it, and then I did get the instructions, and that the puppet was the main thing I wanted, that puppet instructions. And I've placed orders on Bricklink starting with one particular item and then paid for it, and then the guy comes back and says, "Oh, we didn't have this one item, and it was the one thing I went to the store for." It's always depressing. All right, here's one from Mayo who says, "Is your video retention low? It might be because you don't edit the first 3 seconds out of your videos before you say, 'Hey, it's Jabbo, welcome to BrickTsar.' So the click-through rate spikes at the beginning but tapers within the first 10 seconds. I will have you know that I clip off way more than 3 seconds. But I often leave that part where I'm just kind of moving into to the shot. But it's a good suggestion. It's like sometimes the video should start like they almost cut off the H and hey, like that's when the video should start. But guys, I often leave that like a little portion right before I speak, like where if I'm moving in to the picture. But I cut out the time that I from the camera all the way over here. I cut out. And sometimes I'm actually posing for the thumbnail. But yeah, I could, there's a lot of things that I could do. There's probably a lot of things that I should do, but I don't. And interestingly, I started posting more videos on my TheyMightBeBricks Fun channel. That channel has grown threefold in the last month. Because I'm actually posting videos over there. So it's amazing. And those are the same, if you're interested, those are the same low effort, low quality videos that I make here. They just get more views over there on Trains Are Fun. It's a weird thing. All right, here's one from BrickTsar. It says, "Hey BrickTsar, back question. Are you in need of a narrow gauge Lego steam locomotive? If so, check out the totally awesome new engine by BrickTsar Engine Works." It's called the BrickTsar Engine Works Class 2NG240T steam locomotive and features several improvements over the earlier Class 1 040T engine. These improvements include a second water tank, bigger stud coal load in a 240T Porter type wheel arrangement. Like I said, check it out if you're interested. BrickTsar. So I got the only narrow gauge I have. What did I do with it? There used to be one. I don't. Oh, there it is. It's this one that I got from the Bricklink program that they discontinued, where you could buy instructions from people. So it runs on the 4-wide track. Yeah. So that's cool. Making instructions for those things. Do you sell the sets or do you sell the instructions? Some people actually compile all the parts. Like Spacetime Brick Studios with his brick heads, you can buy the instructions, I think, or you can buy the ones with the brick heads with the parts, because I know he's bought parts for me for some of his brick heads. But I have seen people selling custom trains, Lego trains that they've made with all the parts you need to build said train. All right, James Patterson, 5910, says, I often find myself singing the Joseph Olsen song randomly throughout the day. Is there any cure for this? Yes, it's called death. No, I hope that doesn't happen. It's, oh, man, I'm sorry. Hopefully we'll be getting a new one this year before the year's over. All right, here's one from Chris Cummings. He says, I always regret not buying those expensive but interesting magazine extras. Can we please see the potted plants part out video? Man, that was hard to say. The potted plants part out video. He says, oh my goodness. So I did part out the tiny plants, but I didn't do a video. I'll show you, I guess, if I remembered who edited in here. The trays. I sorted it out by trays, and the potted plants part out was pretty easy. It's there's not a ton of variety of parts, so it makes it easier to part out. And when I use the trays, why I like using the trays, even though it's quicker to use cups as far as like putting them away, because the trays you still got to scoop them out. But I can group things by color. I did get a little lazy on this one because it took a while to get to some of the colors, so I don't have it quite sorted by color the way I would like, but it still shouldn't be that hard to put away. I watched a couple episodes of Perry Mason while doing that. Says Derek, says, random question, is it acceptable to reuse a Lego box to ship a Bricklink order? I have done this, but it's usually still a lot of bubble wrap in there. Just keep in mind those Lego boxes are very flimsy and not very sturdy. I did it once, and this is old YouTube lore. I shipped a box. I shipped one of Bricks for Chris's orders in a inside-out Lego box. I turned the box inside out, and that way it's just the brown cardboard is all you see. And he got it, and then he used it to ship something to somebody else, and he signed it. And then that person did the same. I forget how far it got. They kept reusing the box and signing it. I don't think did I sign my box? I don't think so. I don't remember, Chris. But yeah, that goes way back. It's like almost 10 years ago, YouTube stuff. But no, I don't recommend using Lego boxes to ship things. They're just not sturdy enough. So yeah, I would say no. Don't ever do it. I don't think I'll ever do it again, because I just don't think it can survive the postal service. It says TY, or excuse me, this I guess it's Ty Novell. Says, is this your audition to be a roving reporter ranter on the Breaking News? Maybe a new segment, old guy, new rant. Good job and keep up the rant. Got my microphone here. I'm here on the streets. I would love to be a roving reporter for Breaking News with my rants. The ranting reporter. I mean, Alex, of course, has no shortage of rants, which is always nice to hear. And the thing I like about the Alex rants, and I hope with my rants, I hope it's not, is that it's always comes from a place of genuine um, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm genuinely upset or genuinely disappointed in something, and then I get to say it, and then I'm done with it. It's like cathartic. It's like, okay, I'm over it. I'm over it. Although I'll probably bring it up again later, so I guess I'm not over it. But I don't do rants for the sake of rants, which there was a YouTuber that did that. Every video was a rant. I'm like, are you really upset that much about everything? Is there nothing that makes you happy? All right, Wesley Higgins. Why 2048 tipper trucks? Because it's going to be hard to get more than that. And it's 2048 is it's a power of 2. So like 2 to the first power is 2, 2 to the second power is 4, 2 to the third power is 8. You so 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, and 2048. It's binary. That's why. Wait, was that the last question? Oh wait. Jimbo Bricks, you should have received 3 gifts with purchases if supplies lasted: the diner, the Rover polybag, and the space scooter and polybag. So when I got the, I think it was it might have been the Artemis. I only got the space diner with that, and that's because those other 2 you had to buy City Dreams, and there were a couple other themes, Technic, but the icons was not part of that, so that's why I did not get that. But it also ran out. The 2 polybags ran out quicker than the space diner did, so that's why I didn't get that. And let's see, I think I've gotten to all the questions that I had for this video. Wow, that was quick. But anyway, I want to thank you. Thank you for watching this video. If you have a question that you would like me to answer, leave it in the comment section below. Using the hashtag BAT is always a good way to hopefully get me to eventually answer your questions. But I'll be back tomorrow in a different shirt, possibly ranting, maybe not. I don't know. But I'll be in a different... Wait, did I already say I'd be in a different shirt? It'll be a different day. See you guys.